This is YARS Revenge for Game Boy Advance, which plays on the Nintendo DS. Travel with the fury of the conflict between the YARS and the Quotile in the Razak solar system in your pocket. That's right, YARS Revenge. This needs to be on every video game system. Because YARS Revenge is not just one of my favorite Atari games, YARS Revenge is one of my favorite video games. This is in my top 10 list, right up there with Ms. Pac-Man, Missile Command, and Robotron 2084. YARS Revenge is that good. It never gets old, and I found this game cartridge at Target in the clearance section for just over $4. I'm not even sure what the whole game is called. It has Pong, Asteroids, and YARS Revenge. That's like a win-win-win situation. Actually, it's more like a win-win situation. I could do without the single-player version of Pong, but whatever. YARS Revenge and Asteroids are worth the purchase alone, and I'll be reviewing all these games. As you see on screen, this is nearly identical to the Atari version. Now, I prefer the Atari 2600 original, but what they've done here is pretty cool. They put the score up in the top left-hand corner of this screen. On the Atari version, they don't do that. You only see the score in between things. The neutral zone in the middle of the screen looks great, and the animation is fluid and smooth. The big difference is in the scale. You don't have quite as much room to run from the cursor of doom, or to get out of the way when you fire your Zorlon cannon. So this is actually a bit harder than the Atari 2600 version, and very difficult to play when reaching around a tripod, although I don't think many of you will be doing that. Also, the audio is a little different, but this is not meant to replace your YARS Revenge game cartridge for Atari 2600. It's merely a substitute when you're on the go, because traveling with your Atari 2600 is difficult. It's a large game console. It attracts attention wherever you go because people immediately think you're cool and want to hang out with you when they see you playing Atari, when you go out to dinner somewhere, for instance. Also, many locations don't have AC outlets readily available for your Atari 2600 AC adapter, so traveling with a portable YARS Revenge for your fix, for your YARS Revenge fix when you get the shakes, it's mandatory. I'm glad that someone stepped up to the cause and released YARS Revenge for the Game Boy Advance, and that Nintendo saw this as important and designed the entire Nintendo DS around the game cartridge for YARS Revenge, so that YARS Revenge plays in Nintendo DS. While purists may have a few things to grumble about, like the lack of Atari 2600 joystick support, which I think is larger than the Nintendo DS, you really can't argue with having a copy of YARS Revenge with you at all times. For instance, during an important business meeting, instead of paying attention, you could be playing YARS Revenge. At school, during your own wedding. In fact, no time is a bad time for YARS Revenge time. I guess one of the only other downsides to this version of YARS Revenge is that it does not come with the comic book, but you can find that on eBay. So, what are you waiting for? Shouldn't you be playing YARS Revenge right now?